What's up, beautiful people? Today we're bringing Jesse Lee Peterson back to the channel. In this one, he's going to be interviewing somebody who apparently hates black conservatives. As a matter of fact, he says, paraphrasing, he says it makes no sense to be a black conservative. And let's check it out.
And so you don't think that black conservatives should vote for Donald Trump?
Nah.
You don't think that?
I don't think anyone should.
You don't think that black
conservatives.
conservatives should have their own minds to do what they want?
Oh no, they should be able to do what
Do
they
you
want.
think they should vote like the radical blacks who are voting for Democrats?
Absolutely.
So you don't think that black people, black conservatives, have the right to be individuals?
Oh no, they have the right, and I have the right to disagree.
And think and do for themselves.
Oh, they can totally do what they want. I have the right to complain about it.
So why are you
Free
putting
country.
them down for standing and being individuals?
It's not so much that I'm doing it for them being individuals. I'm putting them down for making bad decisions.
So you're saying blacks don't have the common sense to make good decisions
Voting Trump is a bad decision.
for themselves?
A lot of people don't. I don't like.
How about the black
whites who,
conservatives? They don't have the common sense to make decisions for themselves?
I would say that being a black conservative pretty much like categorically means you don't have much common sense. Yeah.
To make decisions.
Being a black conservative means you don't have much common sense.
Conservative
Interesting.
pretty much like categorically means you don't have much common sense. Yeah.
To make decisions for themselves?
Yeah. At least politically.
And that's why you call Candace Owens a Nazi?
Oh yeah. Oh, I love calling Candace Owens a Nazi. She's pretty, isn't she?
Because she's black, she doesn't have sense enough to think and do for herself?
Oh no, I call plenty of whites Nazis too. Don't worry.
But Candace Owens is a conservative, and you just
But
said...
when you throw the word around like that, don't you dilute the word? It doesn't make sense to say that.
Whites Nazis too. Don't worry.
But Candace Owens is a conservative, and you just said conservative blacks don't have the common sense to think and do for themselves. So that's why you call Candace Owens a Nazi?
I think that a black Nazi probably is lacking some sense of self-preservation, but I call lots of folks Nazis, and I would say all conservatives probably lack in common sense. So don't worry, I ubiquitously distribute my dislike of conservatives.
And what
blacks,
is
whites.
But he doesn't sound like one with common sense from what he's actually saying here with the generality also. That is a first step to tell that somebody's lacking common sense when you generalize in that manner.
Candace Owens' situation, what is it about her that caused you to call her a Nazi?
That defending Hitler stuff was pretty out of left field, let me tell you. Because she said everything Hitler did within his own borders was fine. It was when he had ambitions abroad, that when the trouble started.
And
but
why is she a Nazi for agreeing with that? I was saying that. I didn't hear her say it, but why is she a Nazi for having her own opinion?
Oh, I mean, the Nazis did have their own opinions too.
But why is she one, as a black conservative, why is she one for having her own opinion?
I think that white Nazis are also bad.
I'm talking about Candace Owens now.
Oh, that she has every right to express her opinion. I have every right to call her very mean names for expressing those opinions.
Do you hate black conservatives?
I hate conservatives. Do I hate black conservatives?
How about black ones?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I do love all people. But I hate black conservatives and white conservatives.
Why do you hate black? Black conservative.
I hate all conservatives, but black conservatives, because they have the gall of being conservative while having experienced more apropos than any other group in this country what it means to be under the heel of a white supremacist state. It seems to me they're the ones who should have the greatest interest in voting against it.
Do you believe that America has always been a white supremacist state?
Since day one.
How is it that when I was growing up, under the Jim Crow laws, on a plantation, that black people did better than they are today? They had families, they got married, abortion was unheard of, they bought land, they built businesses, they became professionals, they went to college, those that wanted to go, and they did very, very well. If America is a Nazi country, why were blacks able to do better then than they are today?
Because white folk got more clever. Yeah, back in the day, the way they discriminated against blacks, all on the books. Black people can't use this school, this water fountain. Nowadays, they're much more clever. Drug war, systemic deregulation of certain industries, stripping funds from ghettos. That way, you keep the blacks in line, but you do it without a single racist law in the books. And things have gotten worse, you're right.
What is wrong with black people that they allow themselves, because they were not like that prior to, after the civil rights movement. What is wrong with black people that they allow themselves to be kept in a certain place or used in that way today?
I don't think there's anything
because
wrong
they
with
did
them.
not allow that prior to the civil rights movement. What's wrong with them the men and women in the black families and black community that they allow that to happen to them today.
That's kind of like asking what a wife did to deserve getting beaten by her husband, don't you think? I don't think they did anything wrong. I think they were the victims of an abusive
But
system.
what is wrong with them that they can't overcome circumstances as everyone else are doing?
I mean,
what is
because
wrong
they're
with
targeted.
I have a problem with his theory. His theory is so flawed. Not Jesse Lee Peterson, obviously. And I'm not even conservative. I don't know where I stand on the political spectrum, especially how he's, defined in America. But I wouldn't call myself conservative. I just have a problem with his theory and his, his wording. It just feels very, very wrong. A lot of generalizing already. You can even throw, like, if somebody comes with a theory that is general in science, you can throw the whole theory out because it wouldn't make sense. So it's like black conservatives all do this. I hate black conservatives. If I said that about a Democrat, would it be accurate? Would it be allowed? Should I, voice that and make sense? If I wouldn't make sense saying that against all Democrats or saying that about all Democrats, then it doesn't make sense if somebody says that about all conservatives. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, his theory is a little bit flawed. Maybe not a little bit. He has the right to, voice his opinion. But also when you're defaming somebody else, is that really your right?
It's wrong with them that they can't overcome circumstances as everyone else are doing.
I mean,
what is
because
wrong
they're
with
targeted
the
against
blacks?
them.
What is wrong with them that they can't overcome the target against them?
It's because conservatives in government hate black people. So they very specifically target black people when they're looking for ways to
Do you
discriminate
hate black
against
people?
minorities. I love black people.
How are you able to do so well and they are not?
Well, for one, I was born to upper middle class parents. I was born in Beverly Hills. I went to an incredibly good school district. I was able to get funding from my parents to help me with my education. I had contacts.
Why
with my
not
parents'
recommend that for them instead of
I don't know if I
making
can
them-
recommend they get born to upper middle class parents, but
Oh, you can't. You can't recommend that because most of the children, 70% of black babies born out of wedlock. Is that good for black people?
Oh no, not at all.
Does it hurt them?
Oh yeah.
In what way?
Oh, I mean, it's huge. If you're a single mother raising a kid, statistically more likely for them to commit one crime, for them to be locked up in jail, lower household income. Absolutely. It's
So
a huge
why
problem.
not recommend that they overcome?
I don't understand. He seems to be smart, but also his theories are so flawed.
I recommend that they overcome that. Stop doing that.
I do, and I by the way, I vote for systemic changes that'll make it more likely for them to stop doing
What
it.
is a man?
I think a man is someone who identifies as one.
And what is love?
Do I want to go edgelord on that? I think that love is an evolved, socialized form of a chemical we experience that drives us to breed.
What is a Nazi?
I would say that a Nazi is somebody who believes in white supremacy, who believes that an international cabal of Jewish people are using immigration from the third world to propagate sort of the destruction of the white race.
Are you white?
I am.
Are you Jewish?
I am not Jewish.
But you're
I've
white.
been told I'm Jewish.
And so are you a Nazi?
I am not a Nazi.
And what made you not? Why is it that you're not a Nazi? You're white and you live well, and you're doing well, you live in Beverly
Well,
Hills.
I love black people.
Why is
so-
it that you're not? You don't love black people.
I do love
No.
black people. I love them,
You
and I
hate
love
black
you.
people.
I love black
No.
people. Why would I hate black people?
Because you recommend the worst for them instead of the good.
Well, we agree.
But let me
We
ask
should
you, why
encourage
is it
them.
that you're not a Nazi?
Well, I grew up with parents who were pretty liberal, so maybe if I'd grown up with Nazi parents, I could have been a Nazi. Also, I grew up in a very Jewish neighborhood.
And tell me again, what is a Nazi?
I would say a white supremacist who believes that the Jewish people are orchestrating a conspiracy to destroy white people.
And what is a white supremacist?
Somebody who believes either that white people are superior than other races, or that they should orchestrate some kind of society that prioritizes white people as like an in-group preference. Kind
So
of thing.
Louis
But historically, that would be more democratic than Republican. If that his definition were to be true, then history would show that everything he's saying leans more to the Democrat side, not the Republicans or the conservatives doing that.
Can believe that blacks are superior to whites.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
And that he want a state with just blacks only. And there are other black people who feel that way too. Are they black supremacists?
Oh yeah, no, I don't like those people at all.
They're no different than a white person who think that way.
They're pretty much in the same ballpark, yeah.
There are Mexicans who feel that way too about that they are better than any other race.
I've never met a Mexican supremacist.
But there are Mexicans who think they're better than whites and blacks. Are they Mexican supremacists?
I admit, I've never met them. They probably do exist, though. Yeah, they'd be Mexican supremacists. I
And
hate
so
those
now
guys, too.
this idea of men and women who are in the fallen state believe that they're better than the other person. So anyone who feels that way is a supremacist, right?
No, it has to be a categorical racial thing. Like, for instance, someone
Why
who's
does it have to be a categorical racist thing?
well, there are
racial
some
thing?
people, like, for example, my girlfriend in the audience probably likes me more than you just because I live with her, right? But she doesn't believe that I was endowed at birth because I'm white with a
I bet
higher
she believes
intellectual
she's better
capacity.
than you.
Maybe.
Is that supremacist?
No, because it's not a racial sort of construct that she's expressing that supremacy for.
So it have
I
to
think
be.
I'm taller than
What do you
her.
mean by it has to be a racial thing? It means that any race that feel that they are superior to another race.
Yeah, I don't like it when
So
people
Louis
feel.
Farrakhan and Jeremiah Wright Jr. and all those people who hate the Jews and hate the whites, are they black supremacists?
Yeah, they're basically black Nazis. I mean, they've gone right around the other side. But
And are
yeah.
they black supremacists?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't like those people.
So it's just about the whole theory is just dependent on white and black, either one being supremacist or one is being the sufferer.
I'm sorry?
I don't like those people at all because I love black people and I think that they harm black people.
That they harm black people?
Yeah.
In what way?
I think that a lot of people, when they want to think of radical black activism, I want to think of stuff like Black Lives Matter or institutional reform to the prison system. But when they do their reform, Louis Farrakhan, what have you, they make people think that black radical reformists are like crazy black supremacists, like Wakandaites. And that's not what I'm here for.
Yeah, he seems to be a very smart guy, but also his theories are very flawed. It feels like he's trying to be selectively right. And he's convinced himself and said that over and over again that he believes that to be entirely true. So there's almost nothing anybody can tell him or anything anybody can say that he'll be open-minded to receive. Because he said some things that seem true and factual, but also he said some things that were, like 70% of what he said were just like, bro, where are you getting all this from? Anyways, let me know what you think about him. If there's anything you want to share, add comments, critique, if there's anything you want to correct, maybe there's a view that he has that I don't know about and you want to tell me, feel free to let us know in the comment section. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.